You know, when you came to South Africa to see me, you cook, whip things like pa pa pa, and I was really excited about that. Fast forward several years into marriage, and all of that is like
that is
gone.
Not...
What happened to that girl?
You were my dream. Now I caught you.
That used to cook. I used to like come and serve me, be like, "Woo! I made this. I made that."
I was chasing dreams. I got the dream. Hey, babe. Thank you.
I'm tired. What's happening to food? Can't we eat food?
Please, can we snack on this chin chin first, please? Please come in.
Really?
Yeah.
You should like serve me, like kneel down and serve me. Yeah. No, why can't you?
Hello.
You know when we got married, traditional marriage, you knelt down to give me the food, to give me cake. They made you kneel down to give me cake.
Okay. So therefore.
So why haven't you ever done that since after the marriage?
You know what? You proposed, you knelt down to give me a ring.
Okay, but let's talk about that.
So why haven't you knelt down since?
Because traditionally, the man shouldn't be kneeling down. I'm your Lord. You fail to recognize that. I'm your
I'm not even
husbandman.
Okay, don't kneel. I mean, no. I'm almost saying, God forbid that you kneel for me, right? But
well, it depends on what we're kneeling for, but hey.
Hey, Mama Toyosi Etim-Effiong.
but yeah, traditions.
Yeah.
Where's the part of culture in a relationship? What role does culture play in a relationship? How important is culture in relationship?
It's funny for us because they don't kneel. Women don't kneel in your culture. Right?
In the Effiong culture?
In the Effiong culture,
no.
Women don't kneel. Yes. So it's not like it's something you grew up seeing and longing for your wife to kneel, sort of thing. But
I've lived in Lagos for almost all my life. And
I hear you.
I understand Yoruba culture.
Yeah. I'm Yoruba.
Do you know what? I even find myself, bowing to greet the elderly.
Yes.
Effiong men don't do that. Effiong men don't bow. Like we stand up, right? And we say, hello, sir.
Interesting. But you started doing that because of where you were?
Yes, and because I married a Yoruba woman. So it's like, I'm like, my in-laws. And, so it just became like this thing. And then just being around Lagos and being around Yoruba people, it was just a thing that, and I don't mind doing it. Like I love respecting the elderly and all of that. So it's fine. But
I would kneel for the elders, of course. I would kneel to greet. But
would you kneel for me though?
Like kneel for you.
To serve me, to like...
I don't know.
Okay, put kneeling aside because maybe kneeling is too difficult. But would you... How far would you go in like... How big is respect to you in this relationship? In order of like priority or what's it called?
I think respect is very important. And Yorubas are actually... or are tagged the most respectful culture.
Really?
However, they say Yoruba will greet you, like use the respectful term of the word and still be probably cussing you out at your back, right?
Right.
But anyway, I grew up knowing the importance of respect, like all the older cousins, like there was the hierarchy of cousins. So this person is first and that person is second. And so you have to respect, like, yeah, and I think it was a traditional thing. And it's interesting because you go abroad now and then young kids are calling you by name and you are okay with it. You walk into a space and you say hi to the kids. When before we had to say like good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
Yeah, exactly. Growing up, it always for me was good afternoon, sir.
Yes,
good afternoon, ma. But now our kids say hello, hi, and we're fine with it.
I don't know if I'm... Sometimes I think, I don't know if I'm fine with it. I don't know if I'm 100% fine with it.
Are the times changing?
Times, I think for a certain group of people, we are timeless, right? We're not moving, we're not shapeshifters. We are the same yesterday, today, forever.
Jehovah. Jehovah Toyosi.
We're the same yesterday, today, forever. You know?
Are you?
I want my
Because
children.
I feel, no, leave the kids aside. I feel like, you know, when you came to South Africa to see me, you would cook, you would like whip things like pop, pop, pop. And I was really excited about that. And I saw that as, you know, respect and endearment and like you do that for me. Fast forward several years into marriage and all of that is like,
that is
gone.
Not completely accurate.
Like you're here chasing dreams and like what happened to that girl?
You were my dream now, I got you.
That used to cook, I used to like come and serve me, be like, woo, I made this, I made that.
I was chasing dreams. I got the dream.
I don't know how I feel about that, to be honest.
Okay, so is this still speaking on culture? Is this speaking on your feelings now?
No, I think it's intertwined. I think it's related.
So me coming over to South Africa, first of all, you didn't really have food in your house. Like I had to fight for my life. So
were you starving?
I was hungry.
Okay.
You only had like leftovers from like restaurants and all of that. And I thought to cook. But now there's food in the house. So you can grab the plate.
Are you aware that one of my love languages is service?
I know. So is cooking service to you?
Absolutely.
What else is service?
Cooking.
Cooking cannot be the only thing that is service.
No, it's just one of it, an important part of.
Gosh, I remember one time I tidied your clothes and you were just like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm like, I just folded your clothes. But yes, back to culture.
Yeah.
Back to culture and tradition. I think times are changing. I think there's more exposure to the West. I think there is just to Western influences as well. And maybe people are more chilled. How important is it to you for a child to dobale for you? But I think like our parents' generation, especially coming from the Southwest, it was like a thing, kunle, dobale, all of that. But now, maybe it's not as serious to us. Maybe for some people, it's just, okay, speak the language, understand the language.
I like how you keep moving it to children. Let's talk about us because I'm big on respect.
Okay.
Like, I don't mind it from kids, but for my wife, it's a whole different meaning when it comes to respect between spouses. Like I think
we're going in and out of topics right now.
Why?
Are we speaking on culture and tradition and how that has changed?
In relationships, yes.
Okay.
Within relationships.
So what would you have expected long term from your wife?
Okay, so I think that culturally,
okay,
there are certain things that fall within the purview or within the job description of a wife.
Yay! Culturally. Do you want to go there?
Yes.
Okay.
Culturally.
And the husband as well?
Yes. And so culturally also, there are certain things that fall within the job description of a husband or a boyfriend or a male partner.
Okay.
And for guys, those things have a lot more when it comes to and for guys, respect. The respect factor is weightier than a lot of other things. So
I think I'm still trying to understand, what is respect to you?
Right. So this is what respect is to me. Okay. Respect to me is treating me as
Lord.
your
Hey!
No. It's honor. It's honor. So respect for me is honor. So treat me with honor. Treat me with reverence.
But what does that don't treat mean? Me... So let's. So I'm not even trying to. I really want to get it. I really want to get it because I know we keep telling ourselves we don't have all the answers. Yes. We don't have everything figured out.
True.
We saw things growing up. Those things formed belief systems and formed ideas in our heads. And my belief system is different from yours because you had a different background. I had a different background, but those backgrounds somehow come to play, right? Okay. So my family was or is quite westernized. So mother's side is deep Yoruba. Father side is westernized. Do you understand? I'm saying like great grandfather was traveling abroad, had like westernized. So I didn't grow up with the your husband is your lord sort of mentality. It was more of a partnership. It was more of, okay, we're doing this together. Yes, the mom is a bit more responsible for the kids than daddy.
Traditional roles,
Yes,
cultural
yes,
roles,
but not as deep as is seen in like local places, right? I'm going to work, I'm pulling in good figures. You're going to work, you're pulling in good figures. What are we saying, right? I'm doing heavy lifting, you're doing heavy lifting as well. So if we want to go the cultural role, then you should be you should be doing all the heavy lifting, right? And I should be sipping margaritas somewhere, just chilling.
You can do that, baby. So for us, right? I don't
wait,
mind.
Wait. I can.
Yes. So this is it, right? This is it. The only reason you're working is because it's also tied to your identity as a person. Because you have to express your uniqueness, your giftings, right? That's you, right? I doubt if Toyosi, if you had all the money in the world,
I will still be working.
Thank you. Exactly. That's what I mean. So it's not about money for you. It's identity, is who you are. So you're being, you're expressing yourself. So it's not, so traditional roles don't impact that because this is who you are. Right? So you will still work regardless. So my point is, don't play that card of saying.
Okay, so you're saying since I'm working by choice.
Yes, it's absolutely by choice.
I should still be carrying on with the traditional roles.
No, I'm not saying you should be carrying on with traditional roles.
We need to get somewhere because I don't think we're there yet. I don't even think
we're getting there. I
don't think the point has been passed yet.
No, so this is it, right? Does tradition and culture play a significant role in relationships? Should it?
In 21st century relationships, yes. No, I don't think so.
You don't think it should?
I don't think it plays.
I think it does.
You asked two questions.
Yes.
Do tradition and culture play a role now? I don't think they play a role.
Okay.
Should they play a role? That's what you want to answer now.
Do you think they should play a role?
I want to hear your...
I think so. So I think every relationship also would define the extent to which culture and tradition impacts it.
So right? What if you got married to a Caucasian? What would your expectations be?
The Caucasians have culture too.
But what would your expectations be?
Of her?
Yes, as wife.
It would still be the same thing.
Really?
Yes, because
kneeling down to give you chin chin.
No, obviously that's not my preference. That was just like, no, I don't care if you kneel down to give me food or not. I don't care. Okay. However, there are certain things that you don't raise your voice at me when you're speaking. It's traditional, it's cultural, right? If I tell you, if we have a disagreement, should you defer to me in certain things as a family? Am I your leader? These are like traditional roles I
think there's some spiritual entry in there as well. Because even spiritually, like based on our faith, the man is the head of the house. He's the head of the home.
But so that in that regard, spiritual has an intersection with culture there.
Okay.
Which is fine. There are certain things that, have intersections.
Right.
Yeah. So because it's spiritual doesn't mean it's not cultural. Yes, it's also cultural.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, so I'm saying that, so this is it, right? You were raised a certain way. You were raised, and then because of the way you were raised, you will have certain expectations and certain
I'm sorry to cut in.
Ideals.
What will a full day cycle look like if tradition and culture were fully at play in our home? So what time is...
Whose tradition and whose culture? Because we're from two different cultures now.
Yeah. So based on just what you've been discussing and what you're saying, whose tradition have you been looking at?
The way I was raised. So that's it. So you were raised differently, I was raised differently, but the influences are from my end into the relationship. Yours will be from your end into the relationship. And there will be a clash of culture and tradition, right? And then in that clash, we'll now settle for what we accept to be the norm in our home.
I think the culture and tradition that should be in every home is a culture and tradition of love.
Okay.
I think once love is the focal point, every other thing just falls into place. Bringing it back to kneeling, what if I had a bad knee? How important will tradition be with a bad back or with a bad knee? Do you understand? There are women who have just been tortured because of culture and because of tradition. I remember going to see Auntie Ifoma Fafunwa's play. What's it called again? Hear Word. And I was just like, wow, these things happen. These things are real. People trying to impose tradition, impose culture in the 21st century. And I want to say it's not really working. So I think love should be the focal point. This is what I think. I think love should be the focal point.
Absolutely. And I agree with you, but the difference is that we cannot have love outside of culture.
I disagree. I disagree.
You know what culture is? Culture is way of life.
Of every society.
Yeah. So love is within the confines of our cultural context.
Love is bigger than culture. Love is bigger than culture.
Yeah, but how do you understand it? Aren't you understanding it based on context? I'll give you an example. When you say love, immediately you hear love, you hear English language. That's a context to which you understand it.
No, when I hear love, I don't think English. I think the heart. I think...
No, but first, when you hear love, love is a word. What language is that word?
English.
Thank you.
But
so you understand.
What feeling does it?
But first, you understand it
out?
within the context of the English language.
Okay. So what are we getting at now? Because I don't think we have.
What I'm getting at is. So what I'm getting at is. What I'm getting at is love, yes, but love expressed within culture.
And then when you relocate...
How do you understand love?
When you relocate, what happens? Which culture are we working with?
Do we relocate?
I'm saying if you relocate, what culture are you imbibing? Is it the one you grew up with or the one that you're now experiencing in front of you? When the person says, "You're so silly, uncle." What culture is that?
If they tell you that, what would you do?
No, I asked you first.
I will correct the person now because you don't speak to people older than you like that.
So you correct like all the children who come to you, say he's mad right now. Let's not say anything to him.
Yes.
You start correcting children.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because I'm leaving Nigeria doesn't mean I'm leaving my sensibilities behind. Okay, it feels like I'm not getting anywhere here.
Okay.
It feels like I'm not getting anywhere here. But let me ask you this. Does kneeling have any place at all in a modern marriage?
My question is, why is this question relevant?
Because it's cultural. And I feel like if we uphold culture, do we pick and choose what cultures to uphold?
Oh my gosh. I envisage. I foresee your dragging.
No, but I'll tell you what I think.
I foresee your dragging.
No. I don't really mind. I speak my truth regardless. So this is what I think, and
this is nice.
It is, right?
Whether I kneel down to give you or did not kneel down to give you,
it doesn't affect the taste.
It does not affect the taste. It's actually really nice.
So this is what I really think.
Yeah.
Right. Culture is transient. Constantly changing.
I hope my children are not so loud.
Constantly evolving.
Sorry.
Okay. I think couples must do what works for them, what will sustain their love, what will sustain the union. I think the agreement between couples trumps everything, trumps culture, trumps tradition, what you agree to do.
That's why I said love. But go on, please.
Yeah, and then the question now becomes, what do we agree on? Like if I tell you that my love language is service, I need you traditionally, according to tradition, to be in charge of...
You cannot, that's where I'm struggling.
Okay.
If you want something, you should want it for yourself. You should not want it as a result of any external influence, including tradition. If you like service, and say, I like service me, serve me, all of that, right? Not, I like acts of service, and so do it as part of the tradition that you were actually supposed to be doing it for anyway. Do you understand? If I like something, I will tell you point blank, this is my love language. This is what I would like you to do, regardless of culture.
But if I tell you that I want you to cook for me every day, you're going to pull out the culture card that in today's culture, things
Not
are
necessarily.
Different. Okay, so I want you to cook for me every day.
I'm going to pull out, I can be tired. I'm working as well.
Exactly. So I'm saying that you're pulling a modern culture by saying women are working.
No, is that what I said?
What did you say?
So can you do me a favor? Leave everything outside.
Okay.
Can it be me and you right now?
Okay.
Culture is knocking on the door. Tradition, I struggled sometimes to even know. I need to actually go and refresh my memory on the difference. But culture is knocking on the door, tradition is knocking on the door. We're telling them, please wait. We're coming, we're having a conversation.
Okay.
Because here now, can we treat culture and tradition as a third party?
Okay.
This is about Toyosi and Daniel, right? It's about us. I want you to cook for me every day. Babe, I may not be able to cook for you every day because I go to work, I come back tired, but there's food in the freezer. We also have someone who can cook whatever you want. We can also go out to eat. This has nothing to do with me saying women are working now, so respect women because we're working now. No, we're treating culture and tradition now as third parties. It's about us. It's about, oh, I love you so much. I don't want to put you through that stress of you cooking every day for me, even though I would love it, but I'm not going to do that to you because I love you. And then I'm going to say, you know what? I will cook this weekend because I love you and I know it means so much to you. So let me do that, even if it may not be convenient because we're planning an event, right? But I'll do it for you out of love. Can love be the focal point? Not tradition, not culture, because those things have caused more harm than good.
Okay, so I'm going to play devil's advocate here.
Now you're playing.
And flip it and say, can I decide that I don't want to work and earn a living for the family because it's stressful. I just want to chill a bit more. So let's, cut down our expectations because I'm not going to be working as hard because I really don't need to. It's not great for my mental health. It's like a lot of stress on me. I just want to chill more.
Okay.
Would you accept that?
Is that coming from a place of love?
Yes, self-love.
Guy.
I want to chill.
Guy.
Like, why do I have to be busting my behind every day for this family?
To be kissing people up and down.
Like, can I just not...
To be kissing people up and down.
Like, I don't want to do that
So we will have a conversation about it. You need a break. I tell you need a break from time to time. So I look out for you in that regard. Don't let it be as if, I'm always on set because this woman is looking for... Yeah. If you come and tell me that... If you need a break,
the traditional roles, switching and be like, you go work, let me just... be like a stay-at-home dad.
So again, I'm not thinking tradition when you say that. I'm thinking
No, I'm just saying it's just for this conversation. Yes. I'm not saying I haven't brought in tradition. Tradition is still outside.
At the door.
Yeah.
Please keep
I'm
them
saying,
there.
Yeah, I'm saying can we just switch roles? Let me you go work and bring in money. That will take care of all of us.
First of all, I want to choose my words very carefully. Very carefully. Very carefully. But that has never been a problem for me. Okay. You know this.
What has never been a problem for you?
Taking care of myself. Okay. Has never been a problem for me.
Taking care of the whole family, not yourself. Yes, take care of yourself.
Taking care of the whole family is not a problem. No, seriously, it is not a problem for me. It is not. Out of love for you, I'll encourage you to work because you will feel emasculated.
No, I won't. I'm taking a sabbatical.
You can take a sabbatical.
A 3-year sabbatical. I don't want to work for 3 years. I just want to chill and rest and,
Are your children covered in these 3 years?
No, you're going to be working for them.
So your children are not covered?
No,
you want
because
to go
you're
on
working.
sabbatical for your mental health?
Yes. Yeah. So it's like even in that question, are your children Are your children covered? You brought the tradition into the door. Let this tradition outside, because now you're asking, are your children working?
Are you looking out for your dependents?
Are you looking out for them?
Yes.
Okay, fine. If you're looking out for them, then we'll be fine. Because I don't want to look out for them.
Okay. Please, this role play, let's pause on role play. Thank you very much.
So it doesn't work?
But no, what I'm saying is, let love be the foundation. Let love lead the way.
Always.
Not culture, not tradition. If you truly love us, if there's love in your heart, would you leave everything? Would you abandon everything? Right? And please love yourself as well, of course, because we're told to love our neighbors as we love ourselves. If you need a break because of mental health, all of that, I trust that out of love, you'll put things in place to ensure that your family is fine. Even if it's cutting down on expenses.
I guess the real question here, sorry, love. I guess the real question here is, are gender roles appropriate in today's marriages?
Why are we bringing gender roles into this? Gender roles should be outside with tradition. Can they stay outside?
Really? So we're not even bringing gender roles here?
We as a family actually don't practice gender roles like that. Right. We don't have that. Do you know what we have?
What?
Love. Love is what we have. So there are moments when you...
I like how he's love when I'm the one that he's having to...
No. Wait, what are you saying? Seriously. Out of love, I have covered things in the past. Out of love, you have cooked. You make in fact, you will make that granite stew for stressing me on this conversation. You will make granite soup. You make these things out of love, and you do it. There's no gender role in play. Do you understand? So it's love. It all just comes back to love.
How about having the final say?
I feel like you have the final say.
So the man should have the final say.
I defer to you when we are at loggerheads and it has to do with a joint decision. I have chosen to defer to you.
Say it again for those at the back.
There's nobody at the back. They are watching it on their phone and their laptop. But I have chosen, it's a conscious choice I have made to defer to you when we're at loggerheads and it affects us as a group. Yeah.
Okay. Just wanted to be clear on that.
For people who are struggling with like just cultural things now and gender things now, and it's affecting, like it's taking a toll on their marriage, what would you say to people like that?
Okay, so I think culture and traditions are. I
really hope my tune is not too loud.
No, it's not. You're fine. I'm not complaining. So I think culture, tradition are guidelines. You know, the Bible talks about the ancient
markers or something.
Landmarks. Right? These are guides. Right? These are what people have done and has worked over the years, and then they're now being instituted into culture. Right? These things change because culture changes with time also. So with every new generation, they kind of like refine it and redefine it and kind of like decide what's working now and what's working today. However, I think couples must decide, that's why I was like context, given the context of tradition and culture, what works for them. Okay. Given their uniqueness, given their unique backgrounds, given their present conditions. It's like you were saying, if something happened that I for some reason I can't work, for love's sake, you would get on board and then totally cover the family. Yeah. Right? So it's not, we're not throwing away the fact that I'm the head of the family, I'm the breadwinner, I'm the defender of the family, I'm all those things. No, but giving all those conditions, what is the pre-existing state of the family or of the marriage, right? So how can you still make it work,
Right.
Given what is on ground, and then given what obtains. It's a combination of both, and then you work out what works for you.
For me, I mean, just like we depicted earlier about leaving everything outside, we have come to learn and understand, and I'm so thankful for what we have. I say this over and over again. When I shout it from the rooftops, I shout it because it's liberating and it's free. What I know that we have is our one-on-one, our ability to actually put everything on the outside, every other voice, every other opinion, every other belief system, even things like culture and tradition. Should we talk about the children's names?
Oh, that's interesting.
Should
I
we
think
talk
we
about the
should.
children's
Yeah,
names?
yeah.
Because I grew up seeing family from different, like family members who had married into different tribes. I saw the kids have the mom's tribe's names. So automatically I assumed that that was the norm.
Really?
Yes. Yes. And it made sense to me because I'm a part of the process.
Absolutely.
Do you understand? Like, I'm a significant part of the process. And so the fact that I'm married to somebody from another tribe doesn't mean I lose that, just lose everything that I put into bringing the child to the world. So I know that, right? Was there some pushback on our kids having Yoruba names or
Yeah, I
me?
think I think people on my side didn't quite understand it, and
Yes.
and it
And
was
guess what? I didn't understand why they didn't understand it. I promise you.
really, to you, it was
To
normal.
me, it was normal because I have cousins who are not, who don't have Yoruba names, who
Oh
we
no,
didn't grow
to
up
to me it
calling.
wasn't. To me, it was an adventure into this new way of doing it. Like even the surname that we wanted the kids to have
To
was
have,
different. All of that.
yes.
So I saw it as, oh, it's arty, it's unique. Let's do
Yes.
it. Why not? And
Why
I love Yoruba
not?
names because of all the
The
meanings
meaning.
and
Thank you.
everything, and it's so
Epic names.
personal.
Some
Epic
of your
names are
names,
great. Some
but
of
some of
some
your
of the
names don't
names, the
have,
meanings are not very clear.
some of them don't have meanings. Not that it's not clear. It goes meaning.
No,
We've
they have
asked
meanings.
grandfather.
It's not just very clear.
We've asked parents.
It's not just clear.
Okay, it's not clear. There was even one name I was going to put online and say this is the meaning of the name so that when anybody searches, it is me. Whatever he called it is his name. That's what I wanted to do for one of the names,
Yeah, so we
right?
decided to do this thing where,
Yes,
we
the
would
kids
give the
have
kids
Yoruba
Yoruba first
names
names,
and
and
then
then
Efik
Efik middle
middle
names, and
names.
then of course the son, my surname,
Yes,
my name
yes.
as surname. And you know, at first my family members were like, ish, like what's going on? They were like, so
Yeah.
what's the first name? They're like, this is the first name. They're like, no, we mean like the real
real first
person.
name.
Yeah, when we settled for that,
Yeah.
and I think later on
I mean, the
they
second
came
now
on board.
Yoruba, the third Yoruba. So, do you want fourth and fifth? No. Can it wait?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean,
even that for us was us putting tradition outside, and maybe you putting tradition outside, as you know, me that was normal, and
normal.
I felt like I'm in fact even a part of the process. Like, why wouldn't I have a part of this beautiful thing that we co-created with God?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, just back to what I was saying. If you're a couple who is having like difficulties and having issues because of external voices and beliefs and things, please send those things outside. From the moment you watch this, just send them outside, leave them outside, shut the door, tell them you want to have a conversation one-on-one and speak from a place of love with your partner. This thing, how do you feel about it without the external influences? How do you personally feel about it? Ask your partner. Ask your partner as well. How do you truly feel about this? Are you saying this because your cousin said this or your auntie said that or you saw that in a history book somewhere? How do you truly feel about it? You'll see that half the things that people fight about, they don't really care.
Who makes the rules?
Who makes the rules?
Yeah.
It's two becoming one. If we
Yeah.
agree, every other thing is inconsequential.
Yeah, and
Every
I
other
think
thing
and I,
loses
and I
its
think
power.
because we have been forged and socialized by certain things, we feel bound by them.
Yes.
A man must do this.
Yes.
A husband must do that. A wife must do this. So we are sort of like boxed into these
Yes.
belief systems, and we
Yes.
carry them these systems, these mindsets into marriage and expect that our spouses and our marriage must take that shape. You know, and oftentimes when it doesn't, we're disappointed.
Yes.
And it becomes a problem.
Please be comfortable being the forerunner. Be comfortable being the first in your lineage to do something.
Ooh, I like that.
Be comfortable being the first to do it. I did it. Moshe.
But the foundation has to be love. I think if the foundation is love,
or anything like that.
That's a solid foundation to build on. That's a solid foundation to build on. If it's on any other thing, the foundation will fail. If it's money, if it's ego, if it's fear,
if it's sex,
if it's what others will think,
everything fades away.
If it's what my mommy said or what my daddy said,
everything
all those things would fade, you know. But if it's built on love, love is eternal.
I love you.
I love you, baby.
You be saying I love you, a high five. Tradition, don't tradition.
Yeah. How about PDA? Is PDA like, I think PDA is another tradition.
Please, let's not even talk about, is PDA tradition?
It is tradition.
Which tradition?
Or culture. Western culture.
It's a Western culture.
Yes, that has come into our culture.
You fought against PDA.
Yes, because I'm not a PDA person.
You hated it. All of that.
Yeah.
But then I came into your life. Oh my, kiss me. All right. Next week we're talking about how to know you are ready to marry or something like that.
Yeah. How do you know if it's the one?
It's he
or she.
Yeah.
If they are the one.
How do you know you are ready, really, as a person? Yes. Thank you for watching.
Okay, you can turn on the camera now.